Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to Hera English School online teaching standard 10th. Today in English subject we are going to see lesson number 4.3 on page number 159. The topic is World Heritage. A World Heritage Site is a site determined by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization that we called it as UNESCO to have significant cultural or natural importance to humanity. As such, the sites are protected and maintained by the International World Heritage Program, which is administered by the UNESCO World Heritage Committee. Because World Heritage Sites are places that are significant culturally and naturally, and they vary. That means there are very much variety in them. They vary in type, but includes the forests, lakes, monuments, buildings, and the cities. Okay, many of the old times monuments, many people go to visit them, and they are being preserved by the government so that the next generation and next to next generation can also see how the ancestors had built and what the grand structures were built by them for many purposes. World Heritage Sites can also be a combination of both cultural and natural areas. For example, the Mount Hongshan in China is a site with significance to human culture because it plays a role in historical Chinese arts and literature. The mountain is also significant because of its physical landscape characteristics. Now we move on to history of World Heritage Sites. Although the idea of protecting the cultural and natural heritage sites around the world began in the early 20th century, monuments for its actual creation was not until the 1950s. In 1954, Egypt started plans to build the Aswan High Dam to collect and control the water from the Nile River. Nile is one of the longest river. So to collect the waters of these river, Aswan High Dam was built in Egypt. The initial plan for the dam's construction would have flooded the valley containing the Abu Simbel temple and scores of ancient Egypt artifacts. Now we know in Egypt we have many of the pyramids and many of the sites which are very historical, as it is a very ancient country, Egypt. So the problem was when the dam was to be constructed at that time, that valley was in a danger of becoming flooded. To protect the temples and artifacts, UNESCO launched an international campaign in 1959 that was called for the dismantling and movement of the temples to a higher grounds. See, the level where the temples were built were at the lowlands. So they were being totally in a systematic way shifted from that place to another place under UNESCO's guidance. Now these movements of the temple to the higher ground, the project was costing estimated about US $80 million and 40 millions of which came from 50 different countries. Now because of the project's of success, UNESCO and the International Council on Monuments and Sites initiated a draft convention to create an international organization which will be responsible for protecting the cultural heritage of that particular area worldwide. Okay, so because of that, UNESCO became more prominent. Shortly thereafter, in 1965, a White House conference in the United States called for a World Heritage Trust to protect the historic cultural sites, but to also protect the world's significant and natural and scenic sites. Finally, in the year 1968, the International Union for Conservation of Nature developed similar goals and presented them at the United Nations Conference on Human Environment in Stockholm, Sweden in 1972. Following the presentation of these goals, the Convention concerning the protection of world cultural and natural heritage was adopted by UNESCO's General Conference on November 16, 1972. From there onward, the protection of the historical sites started, and all the countries all over the world took initiatives, and they all not only funded monetarily but also made such organization which will meet each year and discuss on the problems and sort out the problems in each area of the world. The World Heritage Committee. Today, the World Heritage Committee is the main group responsible for establishing which sites will be listed as UNESCO's World Heritage Sites. The committee meets once a year and consists of representatives from 21 state parties that are elected for 6-year terms by the World Heritage Center's General Assembly. The state parties are then responsible for identifying and nominating the new sites within their territory to be considered for inclusion of the World Heritage Site. Okay. Now we move on to the next topic, that is becoming a World Heritage Site. How one site is declared as a World Heritage Site. There are some steps that are to be taken. There are 5 steps in becoming a World Heritage Site, the first of which is for a country or a state party to take an inventory of its significant cultural and natural sites. First, that site is seen by these UNESCO people. They understand what is the importance of this site, whether it is a natural or cultural important heritage. Then this is called as the tentative list. That means it is kind of a rough list. And it is important because nomination to the World Heritage List will not be considered unless the nominated site was first included on the tentative list. Countries are then able to select sites from their tentative list to be included on a nomination file. The first step is to make it into a tentative list. Then from the tentative list they make it into a nomination file. The names are nominated. And then the third step is a review of the nomination file. They again take and discuss that matter, that which site is more important, by 2 advisory bodies consisting of the International Council on Monuments and Sites and the World Conservation Union, which then makes recommendations. Recommendations means suggestions, proposals, and decide which site will be added to the World Heritage List. The final step is becoming a World Heritage Site is determining whether or not a nominated site meets at least 1 or 10 selection criteria. If the site meets these criteria, it can then, what is mean by criteria? Criteria means the fixed basis to be judged on which they take the decision that whether that site should be included in the World Heritage Site or not. It can then be inscribed. Inscribe means to print on it, to write or engrave on the stones near it that this site has become a World Heritage Site. Okay. It can then be inscribed on the World Heritage List. Once a site goes through this process and is chosen, it remains the property of the country for whose territory it sits. But it also becomes considered within the international community. Now there are types of World Heritage Sites. As for 2009, there are 890 World Heritage Sites that are located in about 148 countries. 689 of these sites are cultural and includes places like Sydney Opera House in Australia and the historic centre of Vienna in Austria. 176 are natural and feature such locations as the US Yellowstone and Grand Canyon National Park. 25 of the World Heritage Sites are considered mixed, natural and cultural. Peru's Machu Picchu is one of these sites. Italy has the highest number of World Heritage Sites, that goes to the count of 44. India has about 36, in which 28 are cultural sites, 7 are natural sites and 1 is mixed. World Heritage Site. The World Heritage Committee has divided the world's countries into 5 geographical zones, which includes Africa, Arab states, Asia Pacific including Australia and Oceania, Europe and North America, and last one is Latin America and Caribbean. Now, World Heritage Sites endangered. Many of them are now in a very dangerous state because they are very old times and they have to be preserved. Like many natural and historic cultural sites around the world, many World Heritage Sites are in danger of being destroyed or lost due to war, poaching. Poaching means hunting for the unnecessary matters, entering into the forest area, destroying the natural resources. Then natural disasters like earthquake, uncontrolled urbanization. What do you mean by urbanization? Includes more areas into the city area and expand the city. The forests are all cut down and they are being included into the city. Such kind of thing is called as urbanization. Heavy tourist traffics and environmental factors like air pollution and acid rain. We can take the example of Taj Mahal. Due to the pollutions around Agra and Delhi area, the marble getting a bit yellowish in color because of these pollutions. So it is a kind of a danger for that great monument. World Heritage Sites that are in danger are inscribed as a separate list of World Heritage Site in danger, which allows the World Heritage Committee to allocate resources from the World Heritage Fund to that site. In addition, different plans are put into place to protect and restore the site. Now, at that local area or that particular area, many of the things are there to take the preventive measures. If, however, a site loses the characteristics which are allowed for it to be originally included on the World Heritage List, the World Heritage Committee can choose to delete the site from the list. To learn more about World Heritage, visit the World Heritage Sites website, that is whc.unesco.org. Here you will get more information regarding many of the World Heritage Sites and UNESCO's plan to save the World Heritage Site. So, inshallah, we'll continue next time. It concludes the lesson. Jazakallah.